before the council.
All right, I attended the local school board meeting with Councilman Puzio, and at that meeting, I introduced to the board a way of raising money and offsetting the expense of these cameras that I've asked them to put on the buses to take pictures of cars that go around the school bus that is stopped with the stop sign out, so that we can get some of these people off the road. This idea came to me, I did research. There are school districts that are using the school buses to advertise. It's not an obtrusive advertisement. It's not a billboard on the bus. It's a nice layout. I gave the school board a copy of the information. There's a company that does the work for them, because all they do is collect a check. That check by state Governor Christie signed it into law. 50% of that money can go to their general fund, which would pay for the cameras. The other 50% can go to the cost of fuel or transportation, i.e. dropping the tax rate down, hopefully, or using that money for something else that will benefit the kids. I am attending the next school board meeting. Hopefully they will have information to get back to me on, and I will bring it forward here. I also attended the Citizen Recreation Committee meeting. At that meeting, the chair sent a letter to administration and to the council president, and I have not heard back from either yet as far as the disposition of the Citizen Recreation Committee. I know the chairman had asked for a report on that, and it hasn't been forthcoming. So,
Councilmember Quinn, what is the letter that you're referring to?
the letter was
Well, who sent it to whom and by what method?
it was
Physical letter or an email?
It was an email letter that was sent by the chairman, Bob Conley, from the committee, who put on the record that
But who was it to?
it was to Adam, the business administrator, and it was also emailed to you.
I don't have any such email, Councilmember Quinn. So if I could be, Adam, did you receive the email that's being referred to?
Council President, I've received a couple of emails from the chairman of the Citizen Recreation Committee. I'm not sure exactly which one.
Okay, well, perhaps you and Councilmember Quinn can confer and then forward me a copy of the email in reference.
It's fine. Okay. Other than that, my report's all.
Next, we have Councilmember Friedlander.
I have no committee reports, but I just want to thank town engineer Mr. Zirkle for looking into. There was an issue of homeowner with some drainage problems. And
Oh, you got that, Manny? Sir Lutz.
well, yes. Excuse me, I reversed it. Mr. Lutz, thank you.
Next, I'm sorry. Next on the list is Councilmember Puzio.
I'm trying to get the word out. On March 20th, the council, mayor and council, in concert with the Board of Education, we're having a program. It's called Stop the Bleed. It's geared towards lay people like yourselves, like myself, in case there's a critical incident, someone is bleeding, someone is shot. It will teach the average person how to possibly save a life. It'll take about an hour of your time. It's going to be held on March 20th. It's at Copeland Middle School in the cafeteria. If you're interested in coming, go to the first week in March. I think we're going to be reposting it on the town website, so you can get all the details, or you can just send an email in and register, so we can get your name in the database that you've been trained. That's it.
Councilmember Puzio, I heard March 20th at Copeland. I didn't hear a time.
7 p.m. I'm sorry, 7 p.m.
Next is Councilmember Palumbo. Next is Councilmember Smith.
Yes, I just want to thank the water department for their quick, speedy repair to the water main break on Mount Hope Avenue. A lot of the residents were without water, and they really appreciate they were working half the night, I understand. Also, I just wanted to say that the county was out today filling potholes on Mount Hope Avenue. That was a nice surprise to see. And I attended the recent Rockaway Area Chamber of Commerce meeting. They had a great presentation on how to, it was an urban development, how to bring in businesses and encourage businesses to move into the town. So we'll be attending more of those to see what we can do and bring some ratables into town to help lower the taxes. That's all. That's it.
Next is Councilmember Sackett.
Just a few things I want to mention. Come grab some takeout for a great cause and support Laundry Love of Rockaway on Monday, February 26th from 4 to 7 p.m. at Wendy's in Randolph. 15% of all sales during this event will be donated to the Laundry Love. I attended the Wind of the Spirit event at White Meadow Temple on Friday, February 2nd as a guest of Emily Coleman. Wind of the Spirit is an immigrant resource center located in Morristown. We talked about where everyone's families came from and learned a lot about different values and ethnic, racial, linguistic, and socioeconomic diversity. If you'd like to get involved with Women of Spirit, please contact myself or Emily Coleman. We also attended the Rockaway Chamber of Commerce meeting on Friday, February 9th with guest speaker Tom Stroh from Scotch Plains. Tom is the project coordinator for redevelopment Scotch Plains. He gives a lot of great ideas for the redevelopment of the Rockaway Township Mall. Also, I received a call earlier today from a gentleman in Ward 4. There was another water issue going around in Ward 4 on Old Middletown Road. People on Lenape Ave and surrounding streets were affected, currently having no water. It's an older gentleman. I did speak with Mr. Brewer, and he was just a little concerned, and I didn't think about it until after we got off the phone, is he had given me a phone number, which I let him know. Is that number available 24/7 for people to call?
No, sir, that was just to get general information about what was going on during the day. The police department non-emergency number is monitored 24 hours a day.
Okay, so I'll let him know. Thank you. And happy Valentine's Day to everyone out there.
Next is Councilmember Kelly.
I just wanted to echo the same from Mrs. Smith with regard to the water main break the other evening. I actually went down there and was there for quite some time. The guys were in an 8-foot deep hole, about 20 feet in length, and about another 15 feet wide, until about 3 to 4 o'clock in the morning. It's about 13 feet of a line that was replaced, added a new valve and a coupling, and water was restored back to those individuals. I also wanted to thank Al Knopf. There was a concern that came in from a resident over in Maple and Dudak in Hibernia about icing and snowing conditions. Mr. Knopf went down there immediately, rectified the problem, and the following snow made sure that that problem didn't resurface. I also wanted to make another mention to Mr. Knopf. He provided some information to Lake Telemark, the community club there, with regard to a recycling grant and providing a dumpster there that really took off a lot of pressure from the volunteers there of getting the recyclings out. It made it much cleaner, much more effective, and easier for all of us involved, and to show that these programs do work. We're definitely an example of that, and it's at no cost to the taxpayers because it's through grants. So that's a great thing. And those comments I made about Mr. Knopf, I'd like to reiterate them about Mr. Shear as well as Mr. Garabrand, handling those water mains as if they did, and the crew of men and the DPW. I also want to make a mention, we have an officer that's very proactive in DWI. His name is Michael Hosmer-Hollis. He's been with us for 16 years. And 15 of those 16 years, he has won the MAD Award, and he won it again. He had 9 DWIs, and at one particular time, he was the most DWI arrest in Morris County. I believe there's going to be a ceremony on June 12th, 2018. I hope he's allowed to attend, to go down there and receive that award through MAD. It's a great thing. It's at Rutgers. Yeah, I believe Chief McFarland has that information to follow up on. And then lastly, I have one thing that I'd like to speak to Mr. Brewer about. Councilman Sackett and I had reviewed, it appears to be an expired contract actually, that we have a shared service agreement with the school. And the contract from its face, I don't see how this is a money savings for the township, for what we give, for what we receive. But it's been expired since November of 2014, based on the agreement that's there. I know, Mr. Puzio, you were very for this when you were on the school board back in 2011.
Yes.
And it appears that it's not working. So I don't know, maybe Mr. Puzio, maybe Mr. Sapp, or myself can meet with you to go over that agreement, maybe even terminate that agreement and see what we can get out of what we have with that agreement. It's basically our recreation department, of all the men that are part of that, 5 full-timers, and in the summer we have another 5 summer help that give them a